The primary content of the Elements of Rhythm Volume 2 consists of taking all of the rhythm patterns created in Volume 1 and presenting them on multiple music staffs so that we can see how an identically sounding pattern can be written in several different ways. We're looking at a combination table borrowed from the Elements of Rhythm Volume 1, where we take the event point patterns for level 2 and add a quarter rest and a quarter note to each pattern, get the level 3 event point patterns. What we're going to do next is take a look at the patterns within the combination table grouped in the small box. When we take those same patterns and place them in the context of 3-4, or as triplets in the context of 4-4, what we have is the identical sounding pattern simply written differently based on the beat note context in which it occurs, hence the term relative notation. In this next figure, we see 4/16 notes occurring in three different metric contexts, 4/4, 4/8, 4/16. They're written differently, counted differently, but they sound the same. And what we have to do is engage in a little bit of temporal translation to make sense of them in the different contexts. As you can see from this figure, the level of temporal translation is going to be pretty high because of all the different shifting meters. What we do in Volume 2 is find a way to isolate and present the fundamental counting syllables, and then show you how the basic patterns can be written in several different formats, which will reduce your workload considerably. The counting syllable tables we introduced in Volume 2 not only help demystify the notion of relative notation, but they also help music teachers present the fundamental building block patterns in Volume 1 in a way that let a student who's just learning how to read count and clap the bold underlined syllables and hear the patterns. The final and perhaps most demanding workload of Volume 2 involves exercises where we count rhythm patterns using various syllables in different contexts. For example, counting 16th notes as 1 and 2 and, or perhaps counting 8th notes as 1 E and The objective is to feel comfortable counting any rhythm pattern using any counting syllables necessary.